Cyber Ninja.
That too.
Okay.
Hey everybody, yes, we respond to Lightning with Cyber Ninja. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons! Woo! I froze up there. Everybody did. Wait, I'm unfrozen, maybe?
Yes, no. Weird.
I did freeze up there briefly.
Oh, still froze. Oh, now it goes. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ah, now it went blurry and froze again.
Now it seems okay. Whatever.
It's no
I'll keep
longer
an eye
blurry.
Seems a little turbulent.
I'll keep an eye out on it. Not sure what's going on.
We are currently set to
Going on with
US East,
Utopia.
if that might be part of it.
I think it's something on my end. Like, I have to watch out because some of the magic, freaking info sites that I use for extra stuff, the MTG wiki, likes to eat up a lot of memory for stupid reasons. I don't know why it does.
For stupid raisins.
That's also accurate.
All raisins are stupid. There are no good raisins.
What about the
That's true.
California raisins?
And what about craisins?
No, bad textures all around.
With the California raisins, sing and dance.
They
I
still taste
don't-
bad, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, you should eat them. They're sentient.
Alright, so, when we last left off, if anybody at all remembers, they were totally, probably, maybe arrested. But it's not quite arrested because they went along willingly.
No, we're
that's still
willingly
arrested.
going along with the authorities to be contained in a mansion.
We're
Yeah.
under voluntary lawful restriction.
There you go. That's a nice way of saying it.
Now we're still arrested.
Yeah.
You're very much so arrested. Anyway. So they were taking you from the humble little village deep within the highlands of Kilnicree, all the way to the official Benalian territory. Benalia itself is really the area west of the Red Iron, west of the Red Iron Mountains on that kind of peninsula there. That's the main area known as Benalia, but the kind of kingdom of Benalia has spread over a large chunk of Ariona, as you've kind of seen their influence. There's a lot of groups and other territories that are under their purview. But though, like, nowadays, that's kind of how it's evolved. They've become the... peacefully, they've become like England and its territories. But rather than going out and conquering, it's more like, we'll give you aid and protect you from the horrible things that are all around you, and then you don't complain about us being like, we're technically in charge. And they're like, okay, we're not dead. You know, it's that sort of thing. It's weird lawful conquest. Anyway. So the territory of Benalia is a pretty decently sized one still. And your journey will take you within that territory. It'll take you along the main river, of course, which is the Retmar River, which goes through the center of the Benalian territory. But you yourselves are not going all the way to Benalia City right now. No, you're being taken to Lake Tarmula, which is an area kind of in central Benalia. So it's kind of the center of the area. It's a kind of forested region with a kind of small settlement on the side of this lake. And in the small settlement here is this kind of a large tower, and in the center of a kind of complex of manors, which is where the, of course, Tarmula family, their house, is situated. Rach will, of course, along your journey, it'll be a very peaceful one. The knights will be generally friendly. There won't be any major problems with kind of communicating with them. There won't be any seemingly like anger or anything, and they seem to treat you relatively well. Danitha even does approach carry at some point in time. And just like nonchalantly will be like, at one point while traveling, kind of like pull her horse up to the side of the wagon and kind of turn towards you and just be like, and kind of just not trying to prevent anybody else from hearing it. It's like, so how much do you know of your grandfather's passing?
Not much. It was not really something that we talked about.
Interesting. All right.
He's kind of a dick, though.
With that, she'll just kind of break away, just as if to kind of...
Only kind of?
Only kind of.
Listen, Carrie is the queen of understatements.
Yes. Anyway, your wagon will be escorted the rest of the way through what is like a probably pretty long route as to avoid certain natural the word I'm looking for is things in your way. Totally.
Obstacles.
Obstacles, thank you. The word obstacle eluded my brain there for a moment. You kind of take the natural flow of the roads and such that are in the area, which takes you kind of a little farther south from where you're going first, to kind of do a river crossing at that main river that crosses through the highlands, and then a kind of twist around the coast heading up north. It's not completely out of the way, and since it's kind of slow going, and you'll be staying at a number of small villages and towns along the way, it will take about a week's journey to get there. You get the feeling that they probably pushed themselves and arrived in about, once everything had been worked out, they arrived in about 3 days from where they were stationed to your village, Terry. But now, on the way back, they're taking their time, because they don't have that rushing. The problem has been at least solved for now, and someone else really needs to go over there and investigate more, figure out, maybe put spell enchantments and such. Certainly, like, when the knights will arrive in Benalian territory, especially when they'll arrive around Lake Tamula, the cadre of them will escort you into the main city and into the main manor district. You can see this is kind of like a small port city on the edge of this lake here. The city, the buildings are made of a kind of like a kind of whitish marble everywhere. There's simple walls that go around the entire city with a kind of large set of gates. They're wooden gates emblazoned with these kind of like stained glass motifs in the center part of them that seem to be kind of like put on the outsides of the wood. So it's like a reinforced gate. There is actually a like small floating island above here where you can see there's a number of angels going around it. The floating island is about the size of like a block, maybe, if I was going to describe it in terms that we would know from like city size. There's a number of buildings upon it. You can't really get a good view of a lot of them as you're down here and it's up there. Occasionally a strange looking, like what looks to be a flying rowboat occasionally goes up there with a number of people on it. It seems, though. Certainly, Kaz, you can recognize it. These are like the best most times people have airships, are these like really like primitive ones that are really good for short range. You know, mainly like in places like Benalia here, it makes sense because of the Sky Islands of the Sarians. And they're used in a couple of other places because, I mean, like, they are easy to transport over dangerous territories or between small, like if there's two major cities with like, on different islands, you can maybe get a transport like that. That might be a little faster, especially for small groups of people. It's nothing like the large sky ships, which they're very rare. You'll be kind of escorted through this city, and it's a bustling city. There's a lot of traffic. merchantry, people that are going on. There's a really nice cathedral that passed that seems to be matched with the Sky Island, a church of Sarah that seems to be down here on the ground, of which, upon seeing Radiant, there will be definitely you'll see a number of people give give prayers almost, as there's an angel escorting these knights. Heading into the Camorra estate, you'll actually go through a kind of much smaller kind of set of glass double doors, which are probably approximately 15 feet tall, probably about 10 feet wide. They're very nice. They have this kind of stained glass motif that kind of marks each with a 7-pointed star, matching Raish's symbol that he has on his emblazoned on his armor, and also kind of shows these. It looks as though inside the doors are the tales of perhaps the family, some of the legends of it emblazoned on them, kind of within the glass itself. As the kind of group dissipates, Rash will dismount. You'll see a very small child come running up to him, a small boy come running up to him, which he'll greet, accompanied by a kind of probably 20-30-year-old Rash being approximately 40s, 50s. So this is a 20-30-year-old's kind of man coming up and approaching him, along with an older woman, and he'll kind of give a bow and kind of start talking to him. You can easily pick up, because they're not trying to hide the conversation, that it seems that this is his son and his grandchild, who were visiting, Rash's wife, the mistress of the Tarmala house. After a short while, the knights will all dismount and stuff, in which you'll see a number of them that seem to be of his house stay around the area, as the rest of them will then kind of give their farewells, kind of be dismissed, and break up, and the cadre of knights will disperse. You will see Danitha kind of come up to him and talk with him for a few minutes, kind of off to the side, and then kind of approach all of you and say for now you will stay here. I believe that Sir Tarmala will discuss more with you about what is going to happen for now, but I must inform you that the council will want to discuss things with you.
Well, as long as there's no violence, I can't see any harm in that.
Are there going to be more trials?
She doesn't respond at all. She just departs. Give me a second here, because I got something in my throat. Okay, there we go. Soon afterwards, Rash will kind of come up to you and, Alright, so, for now you're going to have to stay within these grounds. If there's anything you need in town, or if you want special dispensation to travel out, you'll have to talk with one of the knights assigned to you. I have to get to work now. I have to return to my business as head of the family. I'm going to be putting one of my best in charge of you, Garen Das. Garen, you will be in charge of watching after them. They'll be given the guest. You'll be put up within the guest estate. Garen will be your go-between. There will be a number of other knights assigned to you to watch the area. Please don't try anything funny while you're here. Know that you are guests of the household while you are still here, and guests of my family. And please, do not betray that trust. Understand that if anything is decided, it will be decided by the council much later on, and not now. Excellent.
nod and tip my hat.
You'll be shown to the estate where you'll be staying at. Feel free to unpack your wagon once you're there. It will be taken to the stables. Garen will be able to point out anything you need. Again, he'll be your go-between. If there's something you need from me, or something you need in town, or if you want to trip into town, you'll most likely need an escort. Well, we will speak again. And with that, he'll kind of turn and head into the main household. It seems like everything's built around this kind of central tower, which has a kind of interesting design to it that almost looks like it's a stem of a flower, kind of ready to bud, except like you can see like the leaves of the flower kind of form a seven-pointed star at the base of it. And the very top area of the tower seems to be made of stained glass. Each of these buildings seems to be like a kind of manor house. Again, built from this kind of like, this white kind of marble-ish rock. The house that you're taken to, that this man, Garen, will escort you to, is a kind of smaller house. It has a small kind of like pond and little garden in the front. With kind of little walkways and stuff. There's a small fence around the entire kind of thing that kind of separates it. Like it's like a kind of stone fence that kind of separates it out. It is 3 stories. There are like various facilities that are very nice. There is a baths in the back. Very much more, rather than like I'd say kind of like more Roman style baths. So think of it like kind of like that. It would be the style of public, but it is more for, you know, a small household. There is a very well-made kitchen. There are a number of servants here that seem to be working here, even when someone isn't staying here. It seems that there is a butler, a cook, and a maid. If you ask the 3 of them, the butler is Cosral Bard, Cosral Bard, the butler. The cook is Finith Giss. I will put these names into chat for you to see them and spell them. Garen Doss is the knight. Cosrul Bard is the butler. Finth Giss is the cook. And the maid is... I'm going to butcher this one. Erme Burser. Burser? It's got 3 R's.
Burser.
Mm-hmm. They all go about their own business. As first you sort of meet them, they'll introduce themselves to you, but otherwise than that, the cook will basically tell you like there's a set schedule when she serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you're not there for them, you'll just have to wait for the next one. She's very tact about that. No one is allowed in her kitchen without permission, and there will be no snacking, midnight or otherwise. She will lock up the pantry.
Oh. Rude.
Mm-hmm.
Someone can pick locks in this party, right?
Oh no, I have these tools, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The maid is very soft-spoken. She doesn't really say a lot to you. She kind of gives like a curtsy and kind of like bows her head a little bit when introducing you, but then she gets back to her business. The butler is an older man, probably in his 60s or 70s. He just seems to take care of like some basics around the household and manages this small household. If there's any kind of business or purchasing for this place, he'll inform you if there's anything that for your needs. He can help arrange them. If there's any other additional servants that will be needed to help look after you, he can arrange it. Anything like that, anything specific, household-wise that you need, please address him. Garen will then turn towards all of you and say, like, look, my job here is very simple. I'm just to make sure that all of you are looked after. These folks here will look after your needs while you're in the household. I'm going to station 2 men, 2 soldiers, outside, around the entrance. They're just going to kind of hang around and patrol for now. I will have about half a dozen that will cycle out in various shifts throughout the day. Please, unless you need them for any kind of business or you need them to come and get me, don't bother them. You are here on friendly terms, but please, I know for a fact, and you know for a fact, that there is an issue here going on with all of you, from possible convicted arsonists, granddaughter of an enemy of the people, and a bunch of others that may or may not have various problems in of themselves that involve arson and other various crimes. Regardless of whether or not it's important to. Or these crimes are looked away from because of the great thing you've done to help out your home country. Regardless, we'll find out, we'll talk about it. It's not for us to discuss here, not for me to discuss with you. For many of you. So please enjoy yourselves. And if you need anything related to any other household here, and to talk to anybody, even going out to town, even go shopping, to go to a local bar and get shit-faced, I will be there, or one of my knights will be there, to pick you up from your drunken stupor and drag you back here so you don't get in trouble. Alright then. We clear?
You're a hero to many, Garen.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to go leave you now and go make sure to set up anything we need to take care of you. I'll also arrange all the guards that I'll need and discuss things. So, need me again,
I pressed the wrong button.
you'll know how to reach me. And he'll leave. You'll easily be able to unpack. There'll be a room will be assigned to store anything you have left over in the cart, if you want to definitely store it there. And all of you will each be given your individual rooms. So, it's a pretty decent-sized manor house. There's probably about a dozen bedrooms, so you guys do not take up all of the bedrooms. The dining hall is pretty nicely sized. It has a dining room table that would fit probably about 20. There is a small library with a collection of various books. Most of them seem on very generalistic knowledge or some stories, things like that. Nothing that is very in-depth, but a pretty decent library nonetheless, with probably a few hundred books in it. There's a small games room with a kind of gaming table. There is a kind of what looks to be a smoking room, probably before like smoke leaf rather than anything else, may I note. And there's a number of like other small rooms that seem to be related to relaxation for you. The third floor has things like a music room, a small practice hall for combat and stuff. So, you're left here to your own devices.
Are there any law books on Benalia law in the library?
Sure.
I want to peruse those and see, just, have an idea of what we might be looking at.
How fucked are we?
Yeah.
It's been implied that you're not going directly into the courts. That's one of the things that you have to kind of see.
Well, right.
There is an entire court system within Benalia. Traditionally what it is it's a judge and a jury of 7. The number 7 is a very important thing because there's the 7 households. So it tends to be a jury of 7 that are chosen either from, depending on the situation and the crime, they could be chosen from the main families or from basically higher class of people within the city itself. Things like merchants, some of the minor households, that stuff like that. The common rabbilary rarely is put into places like that, though there are times when it might be called upon, because there is the idea of, depending, certain crimes require those that would be affected by those crimes to be tried by them. You don't have to worry about any of that. You're going to be probably make a... It sounds like there's going to be a meeting with the Council of Seven. The Council of Seven is the ruling body of it all. A representation of either... It's either the leader itself or representative of that leader is sent to a group in order to discuss things. Like many things within Benalia, things rotate. Each of the 7 houses has a job for 7 years, and then those jobs rotate. Those jobs can be things like, being in charge of the treasury, being in charge of the navy, being in charge of the army, etc., etc. And so, currently, it does turn out that those in charge of the laws are House Caption. So it is the house that the woman you met. So she is currently the household that is in charge of laws. Which may or may not be good for you. But you're meeting with the entire council itself. The entire council is currently, because all the households are pretty much, well, human. So you don't have to worry about anything crazy that way.
Yeah, because humans aren't, racist at all.
Well, Benalia is a mainly human civilization. You have to think about it.
I was just making it
I know.
out there.
There are a number, I'd say less in this book, but from some common knowledge is there's a large population of Avon that have come in to move into Benalia, and they are looking for a version of representation within the council, even if it's something minor and not to the same degree as the Council of Seven itself. But they've been seeking it, and they haven't found it yet. It's sort of like along with... Because the group of Avons that come there are those that worship the Church of Sarah, and they moved in because, well, the Floating Isles of Sarah, they tend to be very good people to work with, those that live up there to begin with, because they can travel in between it. Anyway, there is a hierarchy amongst the houses. That hierarchy is usually used for rules and decisions and stuff like that. Currently,
like if there's a dead vote, if there's a vote that is tied up.
Yes.
Oh, I guess it really would, unless a house abstains, it really wouldn't be a tie. But if there was,
well, it's similar to the jobs. There's a rotating hierarchy of who's basically the top rank almost. It's the same way that every 7 years this hierarchy changes. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's every lunar year the hierarchy changes for that one. So it's 7 years for the jobs, and the ranking basically rotates. So every 7 years that you're at that job, you would have been ranked basically 7th to 1st. And oftentimes, the higher rank you have depends on how well you can bring things about in the entire calling and like bringing about like council meetings and things like that. It's just various official functions are delegated to rank. So with your rank 7, you might have like the lowest thing that people probably are least likely for the council to like, and rank 1 you have the best. You basically are ruling over the council currently. The Rosecott family is currently number 1. I didn't know it. The Tarmola family is currently in the middle at rank 4.
where's this family located right now?
Rosecott family, they guard they're in charge
No,
of...
I meant, where's Caprician?
Capson?
Capson.
Yeah,
What rank are they?
I'm sorry, Compassion. I keep saying it right. Compassion are actually at 3, so they're just above Tarmula. Again, that's ranking within the council, though, too.
Right. Well, I was just curious.
Mm-hmm. If you want to know about the Rosecott family, they're more military family than anything else. Their family has been forever in charge of guarding the grain fields of southeastern Benalia. Basically, the breadbasket of Benalia, they've been in charge of guarding over it. So they take their job very seriously. They are one of the more military-centric houses. They tend to have the least amount of actual Benalian knights, though. but they have the largest, probably standing military of any family. Each house has their own sets of knights. The knights come together for various things. Each house has their own personal armies that can be called together. So there's a general army of the empire of Benalia, of the kingdom, and then each family has their own personal ones for various things. Usually that's for own personal issues that can be called upon for various things. So that's a little bit about how Benalia works. You know you're going directly to the council, which means that you're going to be addressing a group that is looking at you as rather a issue for the courts as a problem for all of Benalia. More than likely, the main reason that you're going to the council is, of course, carry. If not, you might have been thrown to the lower courts, in which that case... hard to say, because the fire was known to be in a... The city that you admitted to basically burning down is one that is known to be burned, have mostly burned down within Benalia Protectorate territory. For two of you, at least.
Then
Other things. Things like Claude and Maxwell. The two of you are not necessarily like illegal beings within Benalia, but like shapeshifters, like, and those that can change their form are often looked at as being like normally either thieves,
untrustworthy in general.
untrustworthy, or if they are trustworthy, it's because they're being employed as like spies or agents of a family.
So we're basically the stinkers.
Yeah, so Claude, it's not necessarily like...
I haven't done anything illegal, just being me.
Being you means that they have to be like, look at you very carefully just to make sure, because of your powers. Maxwell, you're undead. That in itself
You don't say.
ends up being an issue a lot of times, because most of the time undead are not looked upon, or they're the process of necromancers. Honestly speaking, necromancy is illegal in Benalia.
Wait,
In
Maxwell's
Benalia.
undead?
Yes. In Benalia proper, it is illegal. In its protectorates, they don't say anything about it, but it's probably not looked upon very well. Granted, Maxwell's an intelligent undead. He doesn't seem to be under the control of anybody directly. So they are not necessarily going to judge you for that, but again, it's sort of like they want to interrogate you.
It's just the stigma of being an undead, really.
It's the stigma that's unfortunately part of, like... When armies of zombie march across the world and try to, like, you know, led by a necromancer attempting to take over the world or something, or murder a whole bunch of people to increase his army, it kind of it kind of, like, sours people in the idea of undead. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it gives us a bad name, you know?
Exactly.
It's also kind of unnatural.
Mm-hmm. Kaz, probably nothing exactly at all wrong with you. You're just here because of them. You're a goblin. They don't... You know...
Just a harmless little goblin.
There might be some slight racism because of the goblin thing. But
Mm,
other than that, I mean, I'm my own fucking person.
you're probably recognized as a Shivan goblin.
Yeah. They got culture.
Yeah, the knights are probably, at least, definitely... the knights are definitely well-educated enough to recognize that you are a Shivan goblin, and the island of Shiv has good relationships with Benalia. They're part of, like, there isn't really, like, a global group of nations yet, but most of the nations have connections with each other in the major nations of the world. And Shiv
They're like
happens to be one
trade
of them.
partners.
Yeah. So there's trade with Shiv, Urvada, Shiv, Vidalia.
It's possible that I've been to Benalia before on like a shipping vessel.
Yeah, you might have stopped by here. You might have seen the great ports, but you probably really didn't spend a lot of time in town. But, you know, you're probably just here by association.
It's the church all over again.
Same with
They got nothing on me.
Same with Nim. Radiant, they're just like, if there's something wrong with her, probably the church will take care of that. They're gonna go on that bend there, you know? And then, of course, Latula and Hang are also just there by association. Because, I mean, a Corrin merfolk and a goblin walk into a bar with a...
2 core, technically.
One of them's an arsonist.
Yes.
One of them is an arsonist.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I want to ask Nim if he has any sway with any of the families here. He's been around.
Unfortunately, no. If we were talking about 1,000 years ago, I probably would have. It's unfortunate that that's back during the time. That's when the original of the 7 houses came together to form Benalia as we know it. I actually knew a few of those members of the families back then, but it was less because there were some problems around the area at the time that I decided to help out with. Large groups of bandits and stuff, overlords, warlords, etc., etc., and I was nice enough to lend my help to a few of these families back in those days. More advice than actual military assistance. I by chance learned a few things about those warlords, but still. Since then, the houses have varied. Not all the houses that are here are the original houses. There are some houses that have disappeared and been replaced. So it's very hard to say for sure. The Compassion bloodline has theoretically been here since the beginning, as one of them, as well as the one we are staying at now, the Tarmula family. They're one of the older known groups. Others are newer, such as I have to pronounce this name. Avant. It replaced one of the defunct groups, the Turnsev. So as one in that way fell away, another replaced it. And the Advent was originally its own island that, joined with Benalia. They actually joined with it back in the day when the Turnsev clan does it. But unfortunately, that clan fell away, got killed off, I believe, during the era of the Time Rifts. A smaller household that had been on the island, the Advents, who were named after the island itself, known for their expert archers and healers, they used their influence to basically take charge of the households upon the island and become the prominent member of the group. So you can see things have changed since then greatly. And it's the fact that, unlike many of my friends that we've kind of encountered, they are much shorter lived humans. It's the unfortunate thing that, like our good friend Kazan here, they tend to pass away very quickly. No offense, Kazan, but
No, it's true. I'm going to die before a lot of you, probably.
No, you're not. You're going to build yourself an eternal body.
That's true. That's the other option, is I gain immortality through artifice, which I'm still going for. That hasn't changed.
I mean, I think I once heard a tale of an artificer that found a way to insert his soul or mind into that of one of his automatons, but I don't know how well that went.
Well, I mean, I've been working on this automaton for a while, so who knows?
Take it from us, Kazran. Immortality isn't all it's cracked up to be.
I mean, I'm not technically immortal. I just don't know exactly how long I'll live. Maxwell's probably immortal until something destroys him. Claude...
I have no freaking idea.
Exactly, and Carrie is technically more demon than she was before, so I think the demon side will probably keep her alive for all eternity. Demons don't age and die. I don't know if he will now at this rate.
Oh, I'll die.
She'll do something stupid and die.
I'm not living forever.
True. Perhaps instead of immortality, just artificially extending my lifespan for like a few centuries or something.
Actually, Carrie, what's probably going to happen is it's going to be Maxwell's fault.
Yeah.
Oh, it's absolutely going to be Maxwell's fault. Or Catherine's, but I'm not going to blame Catherine.
That one would be an accident.
That one would be an accident. Maxwell will probably kill me, like, partially on purpose.
It will be like a joke.
I've shown
gone wrong.
self-restraint recently.
Recently?
Yeah, because I'm trying to turn a new leaf, because I realize the error of my ways.
He learned not
Some
to cast.
people.
Turn the whole fucking tree.
He learned not to cast hideous laughter on someone who's on the precipice of a tree.
Ah. Well.
Maxwell, if you poison me, I'm going to laugh about it first, but then I'm going to punch you in the face.
I will have no intention of poisoning you.
And then she's gonna
I'd
die.
sooner drink the poison myself so you wouldn't have to.
You
I
can't
believe-
kill- You're a skeleton.
I'm also
Can't
unsure
even
if
drink it.
poison would even affect Mistress Carrie.
Oh, it wouldn't. That's why I'd laugh about it first.
Ah, fascinating. Well,
Keep up, Tim. We're giving him shit.
it's fine. This is genialness indeed. I never understood this entire exchange of, like, friendly insults or something. Regardless, though, I'm going to go spend some time within the library for a while and await our trial, so to say.
Indeed. Let us know if you find anything interesting.
Will do. I'm curious as to how their various works of fiction have advanced in the years since I've last checked.
Are you proposing a bookstore trip?
They have a library here. I mean, if we do find nothing very interesting, a bookstore trip might be relevant. They probably have one in town. This is a major city within Benalia.
I've mostly worked my way through the books I got when we were in college, so I'd look forward to new books.
I'm gonna go check out the game room.
Cool. There's something like billiards, probably like chess, probably sets of playing cards, dice.
They have this weird game called Dungeons and Dragons there.
Oh, I've heard great things of that one.
Yeah.
It's called, oh god, I've
Humans and
no,
houses.
no. I got a good one. Don't worry about it. I'll just Islands and Illusions.
How about Finders of the
Yeah,
Path?
that wasn't great. Anyway,
Do they
doesn't
have
matter.
Finders of the Path?
They don't have that one.
Hey, look, it's a map. I found the path.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of nice games in here. You probably enjoy a lot of them. What do you want to spend your time with? You do not know how long you're going to have here. And is there any plans you want to have for, like, traveling to town, finding out information, things like that? Kara, do you have any plans?
I'm joining them in the library. It's a library.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you're going to try
Okay.
to...
I already looked right through the library.
Mm-hmm.
For law books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For law books, I want history.
I
Who's
want
in the
shitty
game room?
romance.
As I said, there's, like, billiards, play cards.
No, but who's in the game room?
Claude.
I want to go play games with Claude.
Okay.
We've done enough research for 4 lifetimes.
Alright, Carrie, yeah, there's plenty of probably a bunch of history books. Some of them are very generalistic. There's a few of them seem to be very, like... I wouldn't say that they're bad history books, but they're definitely written in a Benalia prospect. Benalia itself is not really like... It is your lawful good nation, I'll kind of describe it as. So it doesn't mean that they necessarily have done things that are bad, it's just they tend not to. But those things that they've done are bad are probably very glossed over in these history books. You know, they're like... They mention them and they present them in ways that make it sound like it was not necessarily Benalia's fault, that it was like no one's fault. That kind of thing. It's like, this bad thing happened and we were involved with it, oopsie doodle. There's a few things like that happen. Yeah. There's not a lot of stuff that happened like that, but you can tell when something like that happens. Other than that, it is a general history over the last 1,000 years since around the founding of Benalia.
Gee willikers, something happened.
Not our fault.
Yeah, not this time.
It was all Maxwell's fault.
He's not that old.
Okay, it was all Nim's fault.
There's definitely some, like, books that you can find about some, like, the basic history. Like, there's probably, stories of the heroics of Benalia during the invasion. Out of the great razing of the city, the remaining knights joining with the various, united armies, knowing that their home had been destroyed, uniting to create a kind of, with like an army like built of like, you know, races from all over the world to fight against the Phyrexian forces and try to take back things. The great destruction that led to the land. How probably about a few hundred years ago, before the Mending Era, before the great time rifts happened, the land was dying. A lot of places were really bad off. And over the last 100 years, nature has rebounded very well in certain places. Benalia was like, it was a salt-choked ruin for a while. It was not good off during the Mending Era. It's assumed that the time rift that happened during that era in this region of the world was behind it all. Whether or not that's true,
Valid.
Regardless, though, the area has recovered since the area of the time rifts and them being removed. Things have recovered. You know, the land has become green again. One of the things about it is a lot of the buildings that are built up now in Benalia, in New Benalia, they're built out of the ruins of the original city. The city, the walls and rock were almost turned to salt and stuff, that kind of like salt marble. And that's what that white stone is that they're kind of used everywhere. It's the ruins of the old civilization built on top of it. They're taking the wreckage of the buildings and using it as the core for rebuilding themselves. So the shining city in white is built on the ruins of their ancestors and their graves. Kind of both morbid and, you know, they're doing their best. So.
Kind of badass.
Yeah. They're like, our old city's salt choke ruined? Fuck that shit. We're using the salt choke ruined rock to rebuild our city, bitches.
These houses resulted in the deaths of many. We're using it for new houses.
Whip y'all. I mean, you could also learn about, like, during the time of the time rifts, some of what was left here within the ruins, some of the remaining of the parts of the city, were invaded by these creatures only known as slivers. An army of creatures that took over forms from each other. And abilities from each other. Yes. Benalia City was basically sieged by slivers. So that was a thing that happened.
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen some.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Or at least I have.
Some of these descriptions seem awfully familiar to a description that Claude made. Slightly different, though. So, there's some interesting information. Taz, what were you doing for sure? Because that was the kind of Carrie was finding out information. Claude and Maxwell were hanging out in the game room.
I'm mostly going for... I'm also in the library. Part of it is, like, any artificing books, which is unlikely, and if I can't find that, trashy romance novels.
There are indeed trashy romance novels.
Fuck yeah.
There's
Alright.
there's like one about like an affair between two Benalia knights from different houses. You know, they can't truly be together because of their positions, but they have an ever burning love for one another.
God, it sounds so shitty. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Strangely enough, you'll notice that Benalia is a. Their romance novels are fairly open. There doesn't seem to be like a exact specific gender combination when it comes to their romance novels. At very least.
Cool. I'm on board with that. I'm good with that.
Benalia itself, because everybody's a goddamn soldier, tends to be a little like whoever, whatever, you know? Because anybody can serve in the military, and if you're a soldier, whatever, if you're gonna be with people, you know, if you're gonna die on the battlefield, they don't really give a fuck.
Cool. So trashy romance with a fair bit of militaristic imperialism.
That's what it is.
Great.
Yep. That's Benalia.
Cool.
Okay. As a few days pass by, why don't we take our first break, as we're about an hour in, and then we'll worry about the next event that's going to happen as we have, research, trashy romance, and game room, and we see how long you guys can last at that before you go insane, being technically locked in a building, a really nice building with really nice meals, and very relaxing, but you're still technically all sealed together in a building. Anyway, we'll find out. So if you need a drink, snack, or bathroom break, go ahead and do that, and we'll be back in a little bit. So, see you soon, folks. Doing the Possum voice as much as I can. Hey everybody, welcome back. So, anything particular you guys are doing over the next... It will be at least a few days are going to go by of you spending time at this location. In fact, 5 days are going to go by that you're just going to be here.
I mean, not really.
Okay.
I think I'm mostly going to be spending time either continually working on ongoing projects, being in the library, finding ways to keep myself occupied so I don't go insane. And, so this doesn't turn into The Shining.
Okay.
I will probably go back and forth between doing a little history research for the hell of it and playing games.
Okay. Maxwell, you sticking to the games, or is there something else you want to do over 5 days?
That depends. Do I get any, bonuses if I do anything else?
Not really. It's whatever.
Then I'm gonna stick to the games!
Okay.
You learned how to play something very well.
Mm-hmm. Carry anything extra, or?
Listen, there's a library.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading everything that I possibly can, starting with the history books, but I'll branch out after a day or two.
Yeah. Radiant will nonchalantly select a number of books for you to read.
What are they?
They seem to be books that seem to be very helpful to the proper governance of a territory.
I don't need
Diplomacy
these.
textbooks.
Did you not hear about my harem plan?
Uh-huh.
I don't need these.
Perhaps you need a little bit more diplomacy when it comes to earning said harem.
Well, that's rude. I think I'm pretty okay at flirting.
I didn't say flirting.
I did.
Flirting will only get you so far.
You know what? You've obviously never... No, what am I even saying? You're an angel. Of course you've never...
Mm-hmm.
I'm not reading them.
I'll just leave them here. You can enjoy them when you're ready. For now. Anyway, after about 5 days of being very quiet, there'll be a knock on the door. The butler will go and answer it. It seems to be the first sign of anybody there. And then he'll wander up into the library and say, "Is Miss Radiant around?"
Maybe.
There seems to be someone here to see her. Someone's.
Anyone we know?
Ooh, the angel's in trouble.
I didn't know angels could be interested.
I am unaware of who you exactly know, good Mr. Sir Catherine, so therefore I cannot guess if you would know them or not.
Relax, it was a joke. I haven't seen her. She might be around the library. Did you try looking up? Sometimes she is flying. Otherwise, I am not sure. I haven't. Have I? Would I have seen her today?
Probably not.
No.
Well, you know, she's still in her room.
Did you check her room?
I did. She was not responding, and when I was, not rudely, but forcefully pushed open the door, no one was in within.
Alright. Again, I will suggest up.
If up was a problem, or a situation, it probably would have resolved itself without us.
Well, do I have anything that could help with this? No. No, I do not have any sort of... I don't have any sort of, like, good scrying or locating magic at my disposal.
Well, I will go and continue to look for her. But if you may assist on looking around and see if you could locate her.
Sure. I'll keep an eye out.
Excellent. Thank you, good sir. He'll wander off. You gonna do that actual assistant, or just stay here?
I'll walk around a little, maybe see if I might be able to stealthily sneak into the pantry and get some snacks or something.
As you're getting into the kitchen and like getting halfway across it, all of a sudden you see like a knife. You hear this thung as a knife goes down into one of the cutting boards. I better not be hearing anybody sneaking around in my kitchen.
I'll make a tactical retreat.
That lady has the ears of a hawk.
I guess so. Damn. Oof.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, I'll look around for Radiant a little.
Okay. You will give me a perception check, or
Yeah,
actually investigation check. Investigation check, actually.
Oh, good. I'm so much better at investigation. 10. Fuck.
Okay. Yeah, you're not having a lot of luck finding her. You kind of start with like her room and stuff. You're not sure where the butler is. The butler seems to be up on the 3rd floor, asking around, but has no luck up there, it seems. So maybe try the 1st floor. There's a couple of places that probably haven't been looked down there. Looking around though, give me a perception then, actually. So maybe you'll notice something that your investigation won't.
All right.
Alright,
Ah.
better. You'll hear someone mumble under their breath, like, ah, damn.
I will go and investigate.
Okay. In a little, like, almost like ballroom type area, just like kind of like a little more open room, probably more for any kind of event that would be. at this location, you'll see Radiant seems to be practicing dancing with herself.
Can I dance with her?
I mean,
You're in the game
you're in
room.
the game room. You're gaming, bro.
You're being an epic gamer.
Yeah.
We're gaming in a game.
I'm pretty sure Lee just froze up because Lindsay teleported behind him.
What the? Shadow stepping. I did freeze. Can I dance with Radiant or no?
You're in the game room, so you haven't
Oh.
seen her to like.
Do you like my?
I'm the only one who knows.
Do you like my crown?
It's a very nice
Yeah.
crowd.
Thank you.
You won it in your gaming competition.
I will just stand and watch the dancing going on for a while. Until I guess either she notices me or the dancing ends.
Mm-hmm. She definitely seems to be like kind of grumbling to herself about something. Like she's just a little upset.
Alright, eventually I'll approach.
Kaz. Hi.
Hello, Radiant. How are you?
All right.
You sound a little frustrated.
Carrie doesn't know what she's talking about. I'm trying my
Okay.
best, and, you know, maybe I don't have the kind of experience her, and maybe I don't feel things the way she does, but I can like people too, and maybe I can find something special for me. I'm unique flower. I'm not like other angels, so maybe I can have a relationship and learn to dance, which I always kind of wanted to do.
Sure, you probably could.
Exactly. Just 'cause I'm tasked with stupid divine stuff and... Oh, God. What am I doing? I don't know anymore. I'm guessing. I'm guessing 95% of the time. And she's so stubborn.
Yeah, that is true. Kyrian can be pretty stubborn sometimes. I think part of your issue is you're so dead set on what you're supposed to do based on, you know, this destiny that you believe you have. But what do you want?
You forget my kind doesn't have as much of what we want.
No, fuck that. What do you want? You want things. You just told me that that there are things that you want. Beyond that, beyond your destiny, beyond all that bullshit, what do you want?
I want to know why I exist, like the true reason. I can tell what divine radiant or divine calling I might have. I get a feeling that what I've decided on it is true, but there's a lot of what, just because I have that, doesn't mean that's why I was born. I'm a child of another angel. That's not normal. So I don't know what that means for me. And I don't know what that means for anything in the world. I don't even know what it means to be a child of Herborg. A land so covered in darkness. I have more in common with that elemental that Carrie says she met. We're both orphans, born from a land that we shouldn't have been born from. I don't know. I don't know what else I'd want. That's the thing, is like, I kind of just wandered off. I didn't have it once. I don't have once the same way. I would like to learn how to dance. Never had a chance to. Other angels dance and sing and stuff. I've never been good at singing. I know the cantos. I can sing out every one. Not great at it, but I'm okay.
what about your alchemy? Was that something you decided for yourself? Or is that something you just thought you were supposed to do?
Technically, it's neither. I just stumbled on being able to do it. I helped out. There were some sick people with, like, nothing like my powers would use on them. My powers don't cure diseases or poisons, but just instinctually, I saw some herbs and knew what to do.
I think you might have a bit more free will than you anticipate. Like you said, you're not like other angels. You are something else. Don't worry about what it means to be an angel, just worry about what it means to be you. And also, again, I just have to reiterate, fuck destiny. It's a concept that was made up for people to, like, explain certain callings that they have, but it doesn't necessarily have to, like, put you in a box. Don't give a shit about what you're supposed to do. Define that for yourself. Don't let the other people define that. I mean, look at me. I'm a goblin, and I'm also a master shipwright, and I'm working on my own projects at my own pace. I'm choosing definitions for myself. Just figure out your own shit, and that's all you got to work.
You're still different from me, though. I mean, actually physically different from me. My body is comprised mostly of mana that's physically manifested into a physical body. I'm literal physical energy.
Sure, but you're an energy that has a will.
But I was given this will by being an angel of Sarah. It's so different when you are given birth by a being, a divine, radiant being. You're birthed by parents. You have a mother and a father. I'm have sort of them, but it's not the same. I wasn't actually birthed from them. I'm fragments of two souls that were allowed to combine and then given an extra divine spark by Sarah herself, if that makes any sense.
Did you try asking Sarah what you're supposed to do?
She never answers anybody anymore. I think ever since her physical body was slain, she's been quiet.
Well, if she can't be held accountable, then I don't think she should be listened to.
She blesses this world. If it wasn't for her, none of us angels would be around.
If she blessed this world, then she has a lot to answer for. This world is not great. It ends like every other year.
Technically speaking, she didn't really bless the world the same way, though. Really, this world is a blessing to us.
Then she fucked up. Sorry if that's sacrilegious, but it's true.
No one likes to really talk about what happened. There was a divine realm, the place where all us angels came from. If we needed to go to places like here, Sarah would let us. Then, the unthinkable happened. When she was away, during the time that her physical body was slain, we were left alone. And then, they came.
Who's they?
Phyrexians. They found a way into our realm, because we were connected with yours. Our realm burned. Was destroyed. Collapsed, never exist again. No one knows what really happened. Well, there's some strange rumors that go about, and I think Lyra knows the truth, but that's neither here nor there. But we became exiles to your realm. That's where we've been since.
Well, if you're stuck here, then why do you have to listen to someone's rules if they aren't even here?
Because if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't exist. You see, when you're born a manifestation of someone's will, it means something. I was literally born knowing the entire cantos, all 1,000 lyrics, in my mind when I was born. I understood what I was the second I came into existence. At least the basic idea of it. I am an angel of Sarah.
Except you're not entirely an angel of Sarah.
But I am. Even though there were things wrong with my mother, and I think that she was corrupted, she was still a Saran angel.
Wrong. Not exactly. I don't know if I'd say wrong. I'd say different, or yeah, corrupted. Sure, that's a word for it. But that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. You're just like made differently. You're your own separate thing.
Well, I mean, from what I can tell from my memories that are inherited from my mother, she was captured, I'm guessing, by the Phyrexians. Her mind was destroyed, and she was forced to be a man's guardian angel.
Alright, that's pretty wrong. I'll grant you that, yeah.
And then he became a vampire lord, and eventually murdered her. But her essence always remained with him until his death. And he's effectively, part of his energy pattern is where I get my black mana from. Him. You know, I think she had black wings too, though.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's more than just Urborg. I don't know. It's a complex issue that when you're being created from the will of some form of higher being in the universe, you just don't understand as much about it. And, you know, I know there's others that have found more freedom in what they like to do. A friend of mine was, it's so stupid. I knew her for a while back in the church when both of us were there before we wandered off on our own ways. She was an angel birthed to help protect a dam. A dam.
A dam?
A dam.
A dam.
A dam. But,
Dam.
now this is the worst part of it. By the time she came into existence, the dam had collapsed.
And
the prayers of
what-
the people to protect the dam created her. Because some of us are born from the energy of Sarah, and others of us are born from the prayers of the people. She was birthed from the prayers of the people. A little too late.
So then what did she do?
I heard she accompanied an artifact that was used for some kind of mission. She didn't have anything better to do, so they sent her on that. I think she took a little after me, too. So, last I heard, she had a thing for machines, too. Well, I have a thing for chemistry. She had a thing for machines. Go figure. But, you know. Maybe I'll look into her.
Perhaps. That seems like an angel who found a different purpose.
But still,
There's also nothing that says you can't have more than one purpose. Like, yes, maybe you are meant to be the guardian angel of Urborg. Maybe you're also meant to just become a fucking incredible dancer. Find your own passions in addition to what you're supposed to do.
Well.
Oh, before I forget, there's someone here for you. I don't know who it is.
Here for me? Who died?
Apparently. The butler was looking for you. I don't know who they are, other than I probably do not know them.
Where are they at?
I'm going to guess the front door.
Alright, I guess I'm going to the front door.
I'll come with. Just you know, in case any shit goes down, I'll be there to start a fire or something.
I don't think anything's going to go down. It shouldn't. I mean, what problems would there be?
I don't know, but it's not the first time we've been arrested.
I was already going to correct myself after I said that anyway.
Yeah. It's us. Something might happen.
Accurate. Okay, she's gonna kind of head off towards the front door.
Also, Radiant, if it helps, I think you're a fine dancer.
Oh, thank you. She'll kind of head to the front door, kind of like pull it open for a second, and then quickly close it, and then kind of turn around and go, "Oh,
Is it bad?
no, maybe."
Is it? Oh, well, no. So that's yes, it's bad.
Has, other than the butler, has no one noticed there's a host of angels out there?
Oh, there's angels out there? That's bad. The angels, notoriously, historically, don't appreciate us.
No, they're probably... It's probably fine. It's probably fine.
They put us on trial. In a church.
That was a certain group. There are more than one order to the church, and that just happened to be one of them.
I had to take a bath in holy water.
That's probably not the worst bath you could take.
bathed. I didn't need a holy water bath. It was just weird water. Anyway, do you want me to, like, I don't know, throw something at them?
No, I should probably say hi and not have closed the door behind me. Alright. She'll open the door again and kind of, like, take a couple of steps out as this very tall angel, probably about, like, 9 foot tall, gleaming in this shining armor that seems to be like kind of like almost like a full plate covering all of her body except for her face. That is like got that kind of it's like the Benalian armor, so it's the ornate stained glass. And she's carrying like a massive like almost kind of like tower shield with the same kind of stained glass motif, and a massive spear that probably is about it's taller than her, so it's like a 15-foot tall spear that she'll just kind of land.
That's 5 times my height.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Radiant. Why have you not returned home to say hello? I was staying with my friends. Child. As you see the woman with her like flowing hair kind of hook the shield around her back and kind of just put the spear down to the ground and kind of like get down on a knee and kind of give Radiant a hug and go, "You are always welcome back home, but please, let us know when you return."
I'm gonna put away my gun. Knowing that this is not a dangerous situation.
Mm-hmm. There are still like maybe like 40 angels kind of floating around in the sky. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But it's a little early, but we're gonna take our second break here. Because that's a perfect
Unbroken.
thing to do. Where, you know, angels have gone done and shown up.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
These ones seem more chill.
Show me on the doll where the angel touched you.
They did not touch me. I had a gun.
We'll find out how chill they are after our break. So drink, snack, bathroom break. Go ahead and do it, and we'll be back in a little bit.
No, I'm dead.
Too bad. Hey everybody, we're back! Excellent. Alright, for the last bit here. So, Kaz, a large angel lady is leaning down and giving Radiant a hug.
Should I be here for this?
So, as she's gonna kind of have the kind of eyes closed a little bit and kind of like open them and kind of stare at you very like over obviously. This is one of your companions.
Yes. My name is Kazran.
Interesting. So, as she's gonna kind of let go of Radiant, kind of stand up and kind of like seemingly take like a step around her and kind of like stand in front of you, like looking down very menacingly. You know, as a very large woman towering over a tiny goblin.
I will look up. She is more than twice my height, but I will still look up with all the confidence I can muster.
Why have you been traveling with my angel?
Initially, it's because we both have artifice experience, and I thought that was cool. Then she decided to stick around, so I mean, you know, her call.
Well, you do seem at very least you're polite.
Oh, thank you.
But first Tiana and now yourself.
So, again, do I need to be here for this, or should I go back inside and let you two, like, hash whatever it is out?
Stay.
Oh, okay.
You came to the door. You are here, and I guess you are our guests.
That is true.
So, you're all here. Why? Well, I think I've found my sort of divine providence to a degree, and, it happens to be that I found it while traveling with my friends here. But a couple of them have a couple of issues. That means that we've been technically taken into custody of these nice people that are here until we can talk to some people. And we're just hanging around.
Pretty much, yes. We're not technically under arrest. Not technically.
Exactly. Just that stare of the adult figure who's just like, you know, like, stare.
I'm not intimidated. Or maybe a little intimidated, but not that intimidated.
Uh-huh. You stood up to plenty of very tall people and said similar things. Like, that explosion and or fire was not my fault.
I've said... Look, I never blew up any of the buildings. I was definitely not complicit in any acts of piracy. I'm completely innocent. Always.
Very well. Stay with your friends, but once you come into the city, visit us, all of us, and bring your friends too. I guess, if you can carry them or if you need something else, I don't know how many of them are there. We will wait. She's just gonna go over, pick up her spear, and then just take flight and be like, "May Sarah's blessings be upon you always, until we meet again in the skies of the city." I think we were invited somewhere.
I think that was a weird, like, backwards invitation. Yeah.
I don't know if she likes you or not.
I don't know. I guess I was less abrasive than usual, so that might be a good thing.
It's probably a good thing. I mean, she's technically the head of the entire church, and I mean the entire church.
That was... Oh. Okay. Should I have been more respectful?
I don't know.
I don't know if I can be.
I don't think she was going to show up here. I didn't expect that.
Well. Huh. Then I'll say whatever I did was good enough, and, just not worry about it. Until I guess we go visit. Then I'll worry about it a little, but for the most part, it's fine. Probably not an issue or anything.
Probably not. We'll go for probably not.
I'm good with probably not.
Should we tell the others?
Oh, that's your call entirely.
What hell do we say to them then?
We've been invited to visit the leader of the church.
I mean,
Oh.
I mean, I don't necessarily see the Order of the Dawn leave Benalia, at least a portion of it, ever, really. I think she was worried for something. I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm confused too. That's weird. It's weird that we just had like this whole big conversation about your divine purpose and then who should show up but the leader of the church. Like, that's the kind of weird coincidence that only happens to us.
Oh, God, you're right. Oh, Sarah, please, just don't give me anything else today.
Oh, you should. Why did you? You never say that. You never say shit like you're gonna get something else. You're gonna get like food poisoning or something now. I don't know if you can get that, but that'll happen to
I
you.
don't actually need to eat, so I don't think I can get poisoned either.
And it'll be super weird when you somehow get food poisoning. Maybe we should go find a snack now to take care of it.
Maybe. I don't know.
So it seems like we're gonna be planning a very strange shopping trip that also involves the church.
Yes. Should I practice my cantos?
No. Here's the thing. A, you have it innately in you, so you don't need to practice.
I feel like I should.
And B, and I know, again, this is sacrilege, but fuck them. You know, make your own shit. If you want to do, then practice
They're
it.
very good rules for life, technically speaking.
They can't be that good. I've never heard them.
Like Canto 642. In the gathering, there is strength for all who founder, renewal for all who languish, love for all who sing.
Okay, but that isn't often followed. Because the world is like a really shitty place. And like we don't
It's
actually
teaching
get
you that if
stuff.
you work together, even if you would be faltering, they can hold you up, and as a group, you can bring happiness to those who are falling, and love to those that stick with the strength and unity kind of thing. Anyway,
Sure. I've generally found when you get together, it just tends to lead to arguing, or then eventually just playful arguing, like what we do when we tell Maxwell not to accidentally kill Carrion anymore.
I mean,
It's all in good fun. Like we know that Maxwell doesn't actually intend on hurting Carrion because Maxwell cares about us, and we care about Maxwell. But it's just sort of, joking about the funny thing that he did one time.
I guess I really shouldn't anyway, because if I went through everything, it at least takes a few days.
Also, it's like just way more stress than you need.
I mean, any mortal that tries to do it takes them like a week. Trust me, there are some priests that can sing that stuff too. You guys are impressive, some of you mortals.
See, this is why I don't worry about that, because I'm not going to spend a week of singing. I won't spend no time singing.
I mean,
I do not sing.
Traditionally, you don't sing the entire thing anyway.
Any part of it singing is too much singing.
Let's go find the others.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You think Carrie wants to go to a bar? I want to go to a bar before I can't go to a bar. Let's see if we can go to a bar.
Let's go to a bar.
Alright. Carrie! Let's go to a bar!
Think the bar has drugs?
Probably not, but I don't know.
Alcohol's a drug.
Alcohol's good enough.
Claude, you joining us?
Also, Maxwell, we're going to a bar and you should come.
A bar? Can I perform?
Probably.
You can perform and make sure we don't get in too much trouble. You're the
I will
only one
be
that
the
can do it.
designated driver. Sign me up.
I think we have to ask for permission, though.
I guess.
What was What?
She
Is her
still has her
pamphlet
skunk
needed?
costume, is what Wintress whispered, or not, yelled from across the hallway.
Yes, her costume and pan flute would be needed, sure. The skunk costume and a pan flute.
Skunk.
Taking it on tour.
Taking it on tour to all the greatest cities of the world. Orvada, Orvada. New Benalia. You too can visit all these great places and check out the
That skunk with the pan flute.
Ted and the Skunkettes on tour. Get your tickets now at Fantasy Ticketmaster.
Headlining
I
at Lollapalooza.
I guess I could try to create a skunk suit for myself.
I'm my own skunk suit.
I'm my own skunk suit.
I don't think you need to. If you want to, go ahead.
Ooh, or better yet, I can try to form myself a skunk suit over Max.
Worse. That's not better.
Yeah, that's worse.
That's worse.
Hey, would it be the first time I was his clothing?
That was an orc disguise, not clothing.
And clothing. It was orc and clothing.
Yes, it was. But that when it was less that you were attempting to be clothing and more that you were just using Max as actual bones and to speak words for you.
Yeah.
But anyway, alright. You shall go out for a night of drinking and merriment, accompanied by a group of knights. And also, for some reason, that only Kaz and Radiant know, a couple of angels have showed up and are hanging around the place.
Don't worry about that. That's nothing.
Angel bar.
Can the rest of us
Hey, what
No,
see the
no,
angels,
they're
or-
hanging around you guys. They were outside with the knights.
Hey, why the fuck are there angels here?
They've
tell.
always been a part of the group.
Catherine?
I think there's something you're not telling us, Kaz.
You're right, because it's not my thing to tell. If it's important, it will be explained. If not, then congrats, we have these two angels.
Well, if it's angels, hey Radiant, why the fuck are there angels around?
They are just watching us. Probably making sure, like, everything's okay with us.
Why don't I believe that?
It's true.
Can I mind read Radiant? Am I allowed to do that on party members?
I mean, you can, technically, but...
Carrie,
All right,
if we
I'll
buy
do
a
it.
round, will you drop it?
No.
The thought pattern she has right now is like, I'm not actually lying.
Radiant, we're friends. Can I ask one more time so I don't have to use my mind magic?
Don't use your mind magic on me. Besides, it probably wouldn't work.
Wanna make a bet?
I mean, not
Oh,
really, but
One of my
I have
favorite-
like a high resistance to magical abilities as being an angel.
Fair. Out of respect for our friendship, I won't. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
I was feeling in a gambling kind of mood.
Uh-huh.
Are they
I wanna
friendly at
gamble.
least?
Sure.
Ish.
Alright, as long as they don't mean harm to us, I
mean,
don't see the
as
problem.
long as we don't
Why
do
does
any...
Catherine get to know but not us?
Because I went out looking, and if you get me drunk enough, I might just tell you anyway. But I won't sing.
Oh, why not?
'Cause
I
hate
can make a goblin sing.
If you try it, I'll shoot you with a gun.
Thankfully, I don't have any nerve endings with which to feel pain.
I'll
the
make you
fuck's a
feel
gun?
pain. It's this, and I pull out my gun. Well, it's an arcane firearm. It's an intricately carved wand.
How
But
does
it's called an arcane firearm.
How does that didgeridoo work?
I point it, and I cast spells through it, and fire happens.
So
look
it's not
toward-
really a gun, it's a wand.
It's technically a wand. It's a very powerful wand that I have made myself.
Is a wand called a gun?
It's called an arcane firearm.
Well, that's even more boring.
Yeah, gun is shorter.
I look toward Carrion and say, I don't think we're gonna get the information we want from them.
Oh, of course we're fucking not. That doesn't mean I'm gonna let it go.
I mean, I could do the magic. I
Um,
do.
Dare you to try.
okay, he dared him.
Would you
He dared
lose
to
respect for me
try
if I
it.
tried?
No, but you might lose something.
Okay, alright. I didn't want to resort to violence, so we don't have to do that.
Cool,
Hey,
all right.
Maxwell, I'll protect you.
I believe that, but I don't want to disrespect our friend.
Very kind of you.
You disrespect me all the fucking time.
But that's unintentionally, and I'm trying to make amends for that, and I'm sorry.
Oh, because it's unintentional, it's fine. Okay. I'm going to
it's not.
unintentionally
my
stab
actions,
you.
my actions aren't justified, and I apologize.
I'm giving you shit again, dude.
Okay. Max is just nervous about this whole thing. He's tired of being on blast.
How about we all get drunk?
Oh, if only
Oh,
I
I'm
had a
already
liver with
on
which
my
to
way.
do so.
You don't even have organs.
Look,
need more
again,
than
I
just the
can
liver.
look,
Don't remind
I can
me.
look into making mechanical versions of those parts, but you said before you don't want that.
I don't. I want the real deal. What's on the menu for drinks?
I don't know. We haven't gotten
Alcohol.
to the bar.
Wait, where are we right now?
You
We're
arrive
at
at,
the-
you're,
yeah.
you're
We
like
haven't
walking to the
played.
bar. You're like walking to
Yeah.
the bar.
That's like the longest convo
Oh,
ever.
wait, were we supposed to grab that night guy that's letting us, like, stay here?
Yes, you had to wait around outside the house until some knights came. That's what the conversation was
Yeah.
going on. Now they're escorting you to the bar.
Alright, cool.
Yeah. Because otherwise, you
All right.
probably couldn't leave the place. You know. But there's also apparently 2 angels, and his response would be, "Why didn't you show up?" All right, if you're helping out. They won't say anything, and he's just gonna like look for a moment, like, "Well, if you're helping out, good luck. Thank you.
All right. So
Blessings of
again,
Sarah be upon you."
we're keeping any sort of criminal mischief to a 0 level.
Not even like a 0.2%.
Of course, we're doing it at a 0.2%. I'm just saying we're doing it at 0 level.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you, and I'm technically like on their side.
No, we're definitely
I
going
don't
for a
care.
0 level.
It's not incriminating
Definitely
ourselves
going for
anymore.
a 0 level. Wink,
Uh-huh.
wink.
I know how
A
to read
0
you.
level
you know,
for us.
You know I know how to read you, people. We've been hanging around for months. Months. Almost a year now.
Then, Radiant, you know that it's not possible for me to be at a 0 level of bullshittery.
I'm just trying to suggest it.
It's not physically possible with my genetic makeup.
I just enjoy it.
I'm literally a demon.
Maxwell, you can help convince her, right?
Through the use of magic, I could.
Uh-huh.
But out of respect for her friendship, I would rather not.
Uh-huh.
Also, because you would entirely lose a hand.
That as well.
You'd be
I've
able
done
to put
enough
it back
harm to
on.
poor Carrion.
Uh-huh.
Even if a divine being says otherwise.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Ah, so you're willing to take on divine, providence in order to protect your friend.
The answer is yes. You're supposed to say yes.
I look away and I tip my hat.
Mm-hmm, I thought so. Anyway. You'll all arrive at a bar. It's a pretty nice place. It's kind of more tavern-y than bar, you know, so it's like a place that's serving drinks. They have some kind of like very loose, like a kind of beer. Probably like a dark beer that they have. Also some wines. So they have a good selection of it. A few types of hard alcohol are sort of normally on the menu, but they also have a collection of bottles that seem to have been shipped in from various places. I mean, there's a little bit of like, who are this strange group of people that come in? But like, you know, the knights and angels will remain outside, so they won't really necessarily like hint at that you're being escorted. Though there's probably some looks from like the general citizenry here and there that are just like, what's going on with this group here? Just a curiosity as you're led to the bar. The barkeep will be like a kind of older lady, probably in her 60s, like, "So what you having, son? What can I get for you?"
What you got?
Our staple, Benalia beer, some of our fine wines from valleys, and of course, from I keep forgetting the name of the place.
Yeah.
Advent wine. We do have a couple like harder things, little bits of liquors, if you want something like that. And if you want to spend a little extra, we have shipped a couple of stuff from various places.
I tend to have a bit more of an exotic taste.
Do you happen to have any wines from Shiv?
Wines from shit.
I don't think Shiv's known for wine.
Fire
Is it?
wine.
Surely they're known for something alcoholic.
Spiced tequila.
Yes, we have some of that. We have one
I
bottle.
will gladly have some spiced Chivin tequila.
Excellent.
I'll pay for you.
Mhm,
Oh, thank you.
mhm.
Yeah, it's the least I can do to make up for potentially reading your mind.
Oh, well, I knew you wouldn't actually do it.
I'll try the local beer.
Okay. Carrie, what do you want?
The strongest alcohol they have.
Oh,
That
jeez.
might honestly be the Chivin tequila.
No, the Shivan Tequila is not the strongest thing. there is something that the dwarfs of the Red Mountains are known for. Dwarven death ale, they call it.
Oh my god. Probably tastes like airline fuel.
Good.
Uh-huh.
The biggest cup that they'll give me of that.
I am not going to pay for that out of not wanting you to survive the night.
I'll pay
Excuse
for
you,
it.
I have money.
I'll be nice. I got you.
Wintress will pay for that.
Wintress will pay for all of our drinks.
Please, Carrie, give me... Oh my god. I guess a fort save, or a constitution save. I'm sorry, I was thinking Pathfinder for a second there, because I always do. Constitution save, just a normal one, because you have normally advantage, but you'd actually have disadvantage for this one. So, and you roll a 1. You're just going, glug, 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 thump!
Oh my god, is she okay?
Trouble.
She is down in 1 glass. That didn't take
Alright,
long.
that was fast.
Is there a way to wake her up?
I don't know. Everyone usually just takes shots of that stuff, and then they do that. She drank an entire beer glass full. Oh, no, I don't think she's waking up anytime soon.
I pick her up and I go walk to the angels and say, "Can I escort her back to her room?"
You might want to ask the knights.
Yeah, the
Oh, the
knights.
knight. Was it the knights or the angels?
The knights.
The angels came, but the knights are the ones escorting us.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, I want to do the right thing and like make sure she's like safe at the mansion instead of like
Hey,
punch
Max.
drunk at the bar. You're
What's
sleeping.
Your strength? What's your strength?
Oh, how heavy are you?
I'm heavy.
My strength is. Is this like a major stat? Oh, -1.
You're an 8.
You cannot carry carrion.
No.
I can try.
I mean,
We'll
it'll be very awkward, and she'd be like weighing you down, and you'd be trying to like fall apart, like you literally
Okay,
fall
alright.
down with carrying her, because you're like trying to like get a big person over your shoulders, because
How
Carrie
tall is she compared to me?
I'm 5'9".
You also have to remember that Carrie is like pure muscle.
Pure
Okay, I didn't
muscle,
know that.
Wings,
the tail.
Yeah.
All right.
a tail.
Horns.
Look, we'll just keep an eye on her unconscious form. Maybe she'll wake up at some point tonight for another shot or two.
No,
Sure, we don't want to take
No.
her back.
no, she rolled a 1. She's down and out.
Claude,
It'll
shouldn't we
be
do the
fine.
right thing?
This is
The knights
the
will
right.
probably help us.
The right thing is also getting drunk so that she's not passed out alone.
I'll have a shot of what she had.
All
As
right,
a lie.
No, you saw what happened
you
to her.
give me a save then. Just a normal
Both
save.
of us?
Anybody that's if you're taking a shot of that stuff, the dwarven death ale.
I am
Well,
taking a shot of dwarven death.
Remember, I don't know if it matters or not, but I do have poison resistance.
Yeah, that would give you advantage. You get disadvantage from drinking this stuff. It's so bad. So
I'm
you
guessing
get
I have
normal.
Does it become normal? Okay.
It becomes normal. Yeah, you have disadvantage.
Well, let's see what I can do with Constitution.
Oh God!
I love it.
Fine.
Cat's killing it, dude.
And just
Claude
take
just
it, shot, put it down.
Flop!
Keep it.
Oh, Claude,
And
no,
then-
not you too.
you see Cass like drink it. You're like, oh wow, that is strong stuff. The words airline fuel would be accurate, probably.
It's certainly strong. I'm still up,
Oh,
unlike him.
Wait. The smallest person drinks it
oh yeah,
and is fine.
yeah.
Got an iron gut.
Look, sailors will sometimes make moonshine on ships using salt water. I've had
Barkeep,
worse.
So
barkeep. I don't suppose there's some sort of drinking challenge related to this, is there?
no one's crazy enough.
Oh,
I am.
that's unfortunate.
We usually don't
That
sell
was
a
a
lot.
lot.
We usually don't sell a lot of that stuff. Yeah, you're already really wasted now. I'm just gonna say, even if you made your save, it's like you're like, whoa, you got.
I mean, I got a 25.
Yeah, that's
I'm
pretty
saying,
damn
like,
good.
You drank something that had like high alcohol content. Very.
I drank acetone.
Yeah.
Was that disadvantage for your roll?
Yes.
Yeah.
He
You
rolled.
were so unbelievably lucky.
He
my
rolled a
goodness.
20 and a 19. That was pretty epic.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Top tier drinker.
Who else is still here that isn't punch drunk?
Radiant. Probably we'll say like Wintress is looking after Carrie and Hang's here and everybody's here except for Nim. Nim decided not to go straight drinking with you.
Wintress, do you want to drink the dwarven death ale?
Radiant, you should do a shot of the Dwarven Death Ale.
She said, "Hell yes."
All right, I'm gonna have Wintress roll. I'll roll for Wintress. Let's see here.
All right, let's see what you
No.
get. By the way, Fish got.
She's gonna
19
burn something down.
damage. Crazy.
Constitution disadvantage.
Ooh, you got a 5.
Yes.
You
Two.
burn something down.
Radiant is probably not doing as good at Kaz, but she's like, oh, God, why would anybody drink that? That is awful. Oh,
You should do it again.
no, that is enough of that. I will stick to this nice beer which has flavor. I like flavor, or this wine which has flavor.
I should do it again.
Wintress, you are not unconscious, but you are utterly shit-faced, Wintress is. So she's just like, I'm having a good time, woo!
Oh, I will have more of the Shivan tequila.
Yeah, sure. You guys are crazy.
Yes.
Perhaps not all of us should be drunk so we confront the bill for this.
I am too late, man. I'm already quite drunk. You're the sober one. You volunteered to be the
Oh.
sober.
I volunteered for the Shiv tequila, not for the dwarven ale.
Oh, Jesus.
Halloween.
I don't think you'll remember that,
Oh,
Kaz.
Sarah, damn. Oh, my head. This is just...
That's a risk you're gonna have to take.
Oh,
I don't
God.
know what to tell him.
God. Oh,
Who's drink?
jeez.
Is Radiant drinking?
Yeah, she
Radiant's
drunk some,
bad.
and she made her save sort of.
Radiant, why are you drinking this? Isn't
Oh.
this considered a vice in your culture?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think anything mentions anything about drinking. Oh, God.
I'm pretty sure priests get drunk on sacrificial wine, like all the time.
Not that often. Oh, because they gotta do sermons. Oh.
They do it hungover. That's what I'm
Sparky.
doing tomorrow.
How strong is this stuff to affect a divine being?
She'll take it, dip a little bit of a cloth, run it over the bar, and it will strip the paint.
My God! I have a question. Is there any way I can buy a bottle of this for later?
We might have an extra one.
Ooh. How much would that be?
Let's see here. A full bottle of incredibly hard alcohol that's probably very rare to make. Probably like 30 gold.
Do you have more than one?
No, we only had the 2 right now. We get them in very rarely because we don't usually need to replace them.
I'd like to
Usually.
buy one, if possible.
The most of the time they're used up is when there's stupid drinking challenges between people that they have come up with an idea of drinking it, and then oftentimes that results in a priest needing to be called.
We don't need one. We have an angel.
Well,
I
I'll
am
buy
an
one.
angel. I am, aren't I? I am angels. Behold
should get-
my divinity.
We should get the other angels drunk too.
I will give blessings on you and the 2 of you. Why are there 2 Kazes?
There's an infinite number of me.
Wow.
Also, I would like to be a holy goblin.
Okay. I will bless you with the holy blessings of blessedness. I need something to bless you with. This wine. We need wine. I blessed this wine with magically divine blessing stuff, which I totally know I can do. I'm sure I'm doing it correctly. I haven't really done this before, but I'm sure this is how it's done. Bippity boppity boop, it's blessed. Here you go.
All right.
I
Take
slide
that,
the barkeep
Mom.
my money while that's happening for the wine for later. And now I'm just gonna. You said dwarven death ale?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me put that in my inventory.
The
My
words
mother said I'd never account to anything. Now I'm holy.
Catherine, I don't know if you're as creative as usual, but I would imagine that this probably could work very well with some certain pyrotechnics of yours.
I'm going to turn my robot into a robotic bartender.
I want to have
We'll use
sex.
it as fuel.
I want to know what it feels like.
To what?
Sex. It's all you little mortals are banging and making kids and stuff. What's so great about it?
Feels great. It just feels good.
Maxwell, you with me?
What do you mean?
You wanna do the whatever call it with Latula, don't you?
I look at Radiant strangely.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the lack of nerve endings part.
No, you got man body with magic. Don't worry about it.
The lack of body parts.
I bet I can replace that with machines.
Do I have nerve endings? I don't know if I do.
I punch Radiant in the arm.
Ow. It's
Then you felt it. You have nerve.
I mean, it's sort of hurt, but like...
But you felt it.
Max feels extremely insulted with what Radiant said, and he casts hideous laughter on her.
Oh no.
Am I allowed to do that?
You could.
Yeah.
What kind of save is it?
I think it's wisdom saving throw.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's a wisdom saving throw.
And she has
He's
advantage.
just really mad at the thought of that.
Okay, I think she is fine, so...
Yeah.
Like,
That was worth a
hey!
shot.
Hey! You're doing mumbo-jumbos on me.
I think we're all very drunk now.
I am... I'm okay. I can bless someone. I blessed you. You're a holy goblin.
I am a holy goblin.
Carrie wants to have a lot of women. Can I, like, bless her, like, you know, and would that help her?
No. I think there's better opportunities for that.
I don't know how that works. Look, I mean, like, it's, you're always, like, you know, going in the back and doing stuff all the time, and, like, you know, how many times do we have to hang around and we can, like, hear you in the other room? Because, like, we hear a lot.
I've lost the thread.
Yeah,
Max, I'm sorry for constantly kind of like nagging on you about the whole pushing Carrie out of a tree thing.
I
I
mean,
appreciate it. Old wounds hurt a bit much, even though I'm trying to rescind my ways.
I think she was gonna jump anyway.
She was going to jump anyway.
She was going to jump anyway.
I don't think she didn't have to laugh about it. That's the thing.
Barkeep, can you tell me more about, like, so how does this ale work? Is the alcoholic content just really high? What ingredients are used?
I don't know. I'm not a dwarf. I didn't make it, hun.
Is there an ingredient list on the back? Can I examine it?
No, there's not an ingredient list on the back.
Why not?
It's in
What's the
Dwarvish.
FDA doing then?
Because no one puts them on their products at this point in time. Dwarven secret. There aren't that many dwarfs. They have a secret, and guess what it is? Ale that'll, like, strip the paint from wood.
I would like to attempt to shake Carrion awake.
Okay. Roll. I don't know. She hasn't been asleep that long. She's still very asleep. Eventually, she might wake up from a shake, but right now, no.
I could make a really loud... No, I can't make a really loud noise. We're supposed to not do any criminal mischief.
Maxwell, put on a pretty song.
You're
I
such
have
a
my...
good musician, Maxwell.
Yeah.
Someone's recognizing my musical talent for once? I summon my dancing lights behind me in like a cool little thing, and I start playing like a really relaxing song.
Okay. Perform check.
Oh boy. Let me just scroll to that. Performance. Ha! Woo! Crushing it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I call this the Ballad of the Drunken Friends.
Well, that's us.
We're very
Drunken and passed out friends.
something. We're very something.
It's a very moving performance.
You sure you don't want to sleep off the alcohol?
What am
I
I
will.
attracted to?
Huh?
What are you? You don't have to be attracted to anyone, Radiant.
But then how do I know what I want to have sex with?
Are you sure you want to have sex?
I don't
I
Is it
know.
don't
that
think
you
this is
want-
the right time to be thinking about
This
this.
is the only time to be thinking.
I-
Look, we're drunk. It's the best.
I got to try out drinking, and it was interesting. And I got to try out,
We should do drugs.
dancing.
You said the knights were here? I go step outside and I say,
Uh-huh.
I need help.
What do you need help with?
My friends drank this dwarven death ale, and some of them are unconscious, and the others are barely, like, intelligible.
Look and grab the unconscious ones if you can convince the unintelligible ones to come back to the matter.
I'll do what I can. I walk back to the rest of them. Catherine Radiant,
No.
I heard there's more alcohol back at the manor. They have a secret supply there.
There's been a secret supply of alcohol and they didn't tell us about it?
I won't leave until I'm sober, though. They're gonna judge me.
No, they won't. They encourage this kind of thing. Even the butler told me about it.
Look, if they judge you, I'll fucking kill them.
No, not the guards.
No, they're friendly. Believe it or not, they're actually very into alcohol.
Oh, you
In
mean
fact,
the
they have
angels.
parties for that every
Yeah.
other weekend.
Fuck them, Radiant. I mean, well, you can
Well,
fuck
I'll
'em if
choose
you
your tone
want.
of words
Like,
correctly there.
I mean, like, I don't know how that would work. Like, 95% of us are women.
Carrion can attest to the fact that it would work very well.
I haven't watched her. I don't know how it works.
I bet if you ask nicely, she'd be willing to give a demonstration.
Kazran, don't forget, this is our friend you're talking about.
I just want nice things for my friend.
I can bless her then too at the same time.
You can bless everyone back at the mansion.
Yeah.
You say they have
yeah.
alcohol at the mansion?
They sure do.
I
All the
wanna
alcohol
more.
you could want.
I could walk with a lot of alcohol.
Why are
And
we
there's
all?
enough. We can even
What?
take some for the road.
Why are all of us sexy women? No, I mean that really. Why are all
Hey,
the
yeah, why
angels-
aren't there cool, like, hot guy angels?
There's a couple of them, but we're all hot or sexy. All
I'm
of us.
fine with that.
I'm also fine with
Why?
that.
Was Sarah just really horny because she was in mortal form? Is that it?
It's possible.
Maybe.
Hey,
Who's to
Maybe
say?
Sarah
Hey.
is secretly fine with that.
hey, why are we sexy? I went drinking. You should
I know that
try
I'm
it.
sexy because I put effort into
Because-
how sexy I am.
It's kinda hard to get very drinking, but, you know, sometimes you just need to, you know, do it, and then you can think about why we're sexy.
I summon my dancing lights in front of Radiant and try to, like, goad her attention toward the door.
Whoa! She walked outside where the angels were talking to them.
Oh, okay.
I will follow along, stumbling the whole way.
Look at these things. Why do I have breasts if I don't use them for something? I'm serious now.
Who's to say they aren't a tactical advantage in some cultures? Or every culture, really.
They're not my thing.
Can we have kids? Have any of us tested this out? You know, actually, do we work?
Radiant, didn't you mention you were a being of pure energy? I don't think that would work.
I don't know. We got bodies, sort of.
Look, if you can get one of the,
there's a couple of us that are men. Maybe
yeah, if
they're
you can
like
get the hot
harem
men one
kings.
down here, I'm willing to test things out. I will make that sacrifice for science. I'll fuck an angel.
I'd have to go find one. They're around somewhere. Anyway, we'll go find out sexy time and stuff. Angels.
Okay, let's get our passed out friends before.
Yeah.
I will need some help, as I am quite drunk.
The
And don't
guards
get
will
me
go
wrong,
pick up
Oh, don't
Claude
worry.
and carry them.
I'm very strong, but I also don't want to walk.
Catherine, I can carry you on my shoulders if that'll help.
It's fine. I'm gonna summon a turret, and then clamber on top of the turret and have the turret walk for me.
Why not use the homunculus?
The homunculus is it's very small.
Smaller than
Carrie's
you?
going to grab on one
Yes.
shoulder a Wintress, who's probably drunker than her, on the other shoulder a Hang, who's now probably drunker than her, as Latula's like leaning off of you, Maxwell, and she's going to be like,
Lutula drank too?
she drank a little bit, not that much.
Not that much.
She's not
She's
that much.
tip-
She's tipsy.
I'm quite drunk. I had 2 or 3.
I mutter under my breath, I hate being the sober one, I hate being the sober one, I hate being the sober one.
And let me make you a liver.
I don't want a liver. I just hate having to be the one that carries everyone out.
Normally I would have tried to also stay sober, but Carrion passed out, and I didn't want Carrion to be the only one passed out, so I tried to pass out, but I'm just too good at drinking. I'm just too damn good at it. This
This
is
is
my
why I
curse.
never drank in my living life.
It's fun, because you think about important things about the universe. Like you look up at the stars and the moon, and
You can
look
do the same with meditation.
and you look up in the I have really big boobs. Why do I have big boobs?
I think maybe Sarah was a lesbian.
I don't know. Maybe.
We
What did the Cantos say about that?
When Radiant.
I mean, it talks about love and stuff here and there. There's that thing about the love in that song that I can kind of sing. Ah, la 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 la.
What is love?
I'm gonna
Baby,
roll something,
don't
with
hurt me.
roll something with disadvantage now.
What?
As the love and the song and blah de blah. Canto something 27, I think. And then low. Did we have the sexy time? Woo!
Radiant, I had a great idea. When we go visit the head of the church that we were invited to talk to,
Yeah!
We should ask them if Sarah was a lesbian.
Yeah, we should go talk to my adopted angel mommy, and then we're gonna be like, hey, you've been looking after me like a mother figure. I'm doing good. I'm getting drunk. I'm having sex. I got boobs. I'm hanging out with folks. We're cool. I'm gonna go angel up in Urborg, and it'll be so cool. And then we'll do angel stuff. And I'm gonna punch the kobold in the dick. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
I don't know. I'll help you.
Yeah.
Here's, you know what? To make sure I don't forget, I'm gonna take.
Cultists all have dicks.
Not all of them. Sometimes they're women or
just
other.
Punch him in the nethers. That's what you guys do to like people you have jerks to or something.
I tend to go for the throat. It's more public and it hurts them. Also, Cousin will take out a screwdriver and will tap the ring that he has and will record a message that says, ask leader of Sarah if Sarah was lesbian.
And why
now
do we
we'll
have
remember
boobs?
And ask leader of Sarah about boobs. This is gonna go great when I forget that I had that and we talk with and the recording goes off while we're talking with the leader. Be nice.
In a drunken stupor, all of you wander back to the house. Carrie and Claude just down now for the count, and everybody else really, really shit-faced except for Maxwell. And Lutula actually is just only a little tipsy.
We get back and Nim has somehow gotten plastered too.
You wouldn't notice. He holds himself well. I see that you are all drank a little too much, perhaps.
I had 3 drinks.
Yeah, it's a lot of alcohol involved. Well, actually very little alcohol, but it was very potent.
Well, at least all of you are back and safe.
I'm going to attach rockets onto the robot I have in my bag.
Interesting. We will end here, though, because that's a perfect spot to end.
What an episode, man.
What a fucking app.
We had, like, the inspiring speech by Maxwell, Angels, or my Kazarin.
The Kaz, yeah.
The Angels shows up, and then the epic bar scene.
Carrion was out in 1.
Claude was quick to follow. God, the two of you roll.
Just
The
immediately.
only roll I had of the night.
And it's one.
I just have to see something.
Thump. That would have been much better.
Yeah.
I technically crit. I got a 20 and a 19 on mine.
Yeah, you did.
Your
awesome.
roll was unbelievably good. I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is a magic dice tattoo. I will just crit on the most inconsequential thing.
Uh-huh. Oh, the two of you and the rolling of ones. It was just so magical. It was just so magical for both of you.
Read between the lines.
It had to happen. It was fated. It was fated that you'd get faded.
Uh-huh. There was some weird conversations with Drunk Angel. Especially after Kaz's... This is the thoughts in her head thanks to Kaz that she probably wasn't going to talk about until she got shit-faced.
My influence is so potent.
It's the, why are we all sexy? But yeah, we'll leave it here. Next time, there will be some repercussions of a drunken drinking night, and we'll find out more about going and meeting with a council that might not judge you well, or judge you well. You don't know yet. You haven't met them.
You get plastered. That's not something you should generally do before a court date.
Well, you actually don't know when the court date is, fortunately. So if it's tomorrow, you're screwed. If it's not, you might be okay.
Look, if it's tomorrow, we'll just get drunk before court.
Yeah.
And it'll be so much easier.
Uh-huh, there you go. Anyway.
Thank you, Maxwell, for purchasing the most potent alcohol in the world so that we can get drunk whenever we want.
You do have, like, it's like, well, I have the power. But let's give outros and such as we end it here for today. Let us start, of course, with Mads.
Hi, I'm here, and unlike Carrie, I did not have any alcohol tonight.
Aww.
It's not a good thing. I just forgot to go buy it.
Tiny fiddle. Tiny fiddle. Tiny fiddle.
Fiddle? Not a violin?
Fiddle.
Whatever.
A fiddle's just a weird violin.
No, it is not.
It
A fiddle's just a violin.
It is a weird violin.
I'll kill you. I played the viola.
Yeah, I'm not saying shit about the viola, just about the violin and the fiddle.
Yeah, the fiddle is just a weird violin.
I'll kill
And
you.
the viola is like a giant violin.
Not really.
I
Because
know.
violas aren't that big.
Ah, yeah. Anyway, Fish.
Hi, everybody. I'm Fish Harlan. This week you can find me in the woods performing a seance to summon the spirit of Macaulay Culkin. He's not dead, so this is going to be a really hard seance.
I was gonna say he's not dead.
He's just like, it's like, you threw me into a coma for this?
Yeah.
Lee.
Oh, hey guys, I'm just Lee Belmont, your noble speedrunner. I play games quick and, you know, I haul ass. That's it. I
Uh-huh.
stream too.
Uh,
Don't listen to her.
And Joe.
I'm Joe. You'll find me here on Tantus's channel Thursdays and Saturdays,
Yep.
unless something random pops up.
Mm-hmm.
So see everyone for discussing tabletop.
Lindsay, who is here yet not here. What do you have anything to say?
You can find me inside of Fish's back pocket.
What are you doing there?
I don't know. What if I don't have a back pocket?
Well, I'll be
Now
in
you do.
some sort of pocket.
Well, nature's back
no.
pocket.
Oh God!
A nice skirt, though, that doesn't have pockets.
Well, no.
Nature's
Well,
back
then you're
pocket.
ashamed to all the skirt wearers. Because
Oh, I
skirts
have a skirt
are
with
very
pockets.
nice to have pockets in.
Don't get me wrong. I have a pair of skirt with not a pair. I have a skirt with a pair of pockets. That was what I was going for.
I have a kilt with a back pocket.
I had a
Anyway,
teacher with one of those.
Tantus Narvanjakovin. I run this place. If you're looking
No,
for
you
more
don't.
RP,
You just think you do.
I really don't. I pretend I do. If you're looking for more tabletop-related content, as Joe said, Saturday, 2 p.m. EST discussing tabletop, and then for actual games, 1 p.m. EST Mondays for Records of Evil, Lawful Evil D&D game. That's pretty crazy. They found an evil their evil flump friend totally murdered a child, and then took his face and hand, took it out to the woods where wild boars are, and convinced a group of people the kid ran out into the woods and was eaten by wild boars.
What the fuck?
It's an evil game, and they have an evil flump. Who also, well, man, the poor child was also ground into the deadly sausage. It
That's
was
fucked up.
it was this fucked up, and I'm like, you're all villains, and you employed the most evil things in your thing, and when something horrible happens, they were
That's not lawful evil. That's just evil.
they had a neutral evil flump on their team.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyway,
Ow.
and then in Vampire the Masquerade, they fought a Beset, which is a werepanther, or werejaguar. It went well, because it decided not to murder them. They're vampires, they're also evil, you know, and that's going to be 2 p.m. on Tuesdays. And I'm probably going to play some Subnautica Below Zero tomorrow, That's on my schedule. There might be a couple games on my repertoire. I do want to finish up the Stellaris game I was playing, and then Vampire Bloodlines and Parasite Eve, because I started both of those like months and months ago and haven't finished them. So expect them soon. So that's kind of my list of things to do. But expect stuff, streams, fun, etc. Awful things on Monday for Evil Campaign and Vampires, which are also awful things. So, you know, same thing, different there. Anyway, less awful things here, but fun things. And drinking. And angel boobs. So until next time, farewell everybody, and join us all the next week. Goodbye!
Oh.